just a old man that I want to be. What does he care if the world's got trouble? What does he care if the land ain't free? Old Man River, that old man River, he must know something, but don't say nothing. He just keeps rolling. He keeps on rolling along. I get weary and sick of trying. I'm tired of living and scared of dying. But old man River, it just keeps rolling along.
What began as pathways for exploration, for travel, major waterways evolved into a system of commerce, trade, industry. The Mississippi, the Missouri, the Colorado, the Columbia, no longer needed as avenues to adventure, rapidly became the workhorses of America. And work they have. Demands on these rivers have paralleled our growth as a nation. As we kept growing, our rivers kept giving. They have served man well. These seemingly inexhaustible infinite waters, always flowing, always there. We have diverted them, drunk from them, traveled on them, dammed them, cursed them, depleted them, polluted them. We have diminished their wildness. Today, most of these workhorses are tired, overused. Their energy harnessed, they strain and struggle to make their way to the sea. Now the nation's attention has turned to the beginnings of rivers, their headwaters, places where our great rivers are born, the clear rushing mountain waters, the untethered prairie waterways, the places where rivers and wildlife are less manipulated, less compromised, and our lives less complicated. In these wild places, our waterways are born. Let us celebrate together their life, their vitality, their natural energy, and for now, the freedom of their youth. Mighty rolling rivers are fed by a network of tributaries, each individual, yet collectively part of the same system. Spring creeks fed by pure groundwater bubbling to the surface are exceptionally productive streams which grace the floors of headwater valleys. These fragile places produce aggressive cutthroat, brown, brook, and rainbow trout, all contributing to Montana's remarkably diverse fishery. Water is energy, tremendous energy. It can be routed through a wire or used as it is. Water can dry your hair or fire your soul. It can sprinkle over our lawns or churn through wildlands. It can push coal through a pipe or nourish our crops and feed our hearts. It can be heated and polluted, or it can awaken our bodies and spirits with a cool, energizing splash. Flowing water, a total living system, so vast, so encompassing, that it affects all life.
Weird bug. Look it. Look at this rock in a funny shape.
This water is producing well biologically. It's also producing economically through use by recreationists, right where it is, in the stream. Before this water leaves Montana, it will produce time and time again, every inch of the way.
Brown trout. 19.
Our concern is for the future of all wildlife,
246.
and that future rests on the condition of Montana's water. We are also concerned about preserving the recreational opportunities these waters provide.
12.5.
Water in stream is being used.
76.
The future of rivers in Montana. The future of water. What will it be? Substantial effort is necessary to understand the complex needs of fish, wildlife, and man. It takes a great deal of time, money, hard work, and sophisticated equipment, but mostly people who care. People who care working day and night, equipment the most technical or the most simple, this is all part of Montana's effort to maintain a diverse and balanced water resource. Preserving water and our future will require a tremendous effort by those responsible for its protection. Most important, this effort will depend on active public support. After all, water is among our greatest treasures. It is a wealth that belongs to all the people. These rivers are ours to enjoy, ours to protect.
My way up the creek a while.
You have your license? Or
Yeah, I sure do. Thank you. You bet. You know, to me, getting out to a wild stream like this is a salvation. I feel sorry for those who, in the course of a day, can't. Look at this. This is for everybody.
Go ahead and move it up there in the sandy spot for right now until we get everything loaded. Such a beautiful day for skiing. You know, part of having water in Montana is having access to it. I feel that we're very fortunate that we've got public access sites so we can all use Montana's water without violating private property.
People are entitled to a place that is their own, that they don't have to come to me and beg me to fish and beg me to have a picnic and have me talk mean to them. But I've had people come and ask where they could fish. And I'll say, well, go down 2 miles or whatever distance. There's a nice fishing access. They're just as happy as larks. Just as happy as larks. They haven't been refused the right to fish. They have a place that is their own, that their tax money and fishing license money is going in to provide. They're just delighted. I love the land. I mean, it's just part of my life, the land, and what's on the land and everything that lives on the land. We don't own this land. We only use it while we're here. We have the use of it, and what the next generation gets depends on how we took care of it while we had it. Talk about rights. That's all we hear about, every facet of human rights. Well, the water and air were 2 God-given rights to people, a clean drink of water and a fresh breath of air. And I think we better get on our horse and ride and keep it. And anybody knows it's cheaper to keep it than it is to try to fix it up after it's ruined.
A river is life itself, flowing, moving, breathing. It is a natural energy, more powerful and more spectacular than any technical creation of man. Yet with all their power, all their energy, rivers still live in the shadow of man. Rivers cannot cry out to save themselves, but people have and must. Today, some rivers are used for hydropower, 4% of our nation's power. Today, Montana has a reasonable balance between reservoir and rivers. It is a balance between development and preservation. Reservoirs provide recreation and power. They are not excessively diminishing our waterways now. But what about tomorrow? The donation to our nation's power, even if we dammed all rivers, would be trivial, an added percent or two. But what about the rivers that lift our spirits, provide for our recreation and our rich agricultural bottomlands? They would be gone, lost forever. We are ingenious creatures. We build structures that reach for the heavens. We travel beyond our own world. We devise mammoth structures that defy gravity's claim on water. And yet, we cannot build a wild, free-flowing river. The few that remain are the last this world will ever see. Can the lives of our rivers be saved? Can these waters continue to feed the land and renew the human spirit? Will yet another generation celebrate the life-giving energy of our rivers? If we evade these questions today, they may never be asked again. The upper Clark Fork of the Columbia in western Montana was once a dead river. Today, through cooperative efforts of industry and state government, the pollutants are under control. It once again shelters brown and rainbow trout, aquatic insects, and the life-giving needs that sustain them. With continuing care and protection of the river's flow, these intricate living relationships can be sustained. It is a resource we can pass on with pride. Working for the Department of Fish, Wildlife, and Parks, Dick Vincent is widely recognized for his research with electrofishing and fish population dynamics. He is one of the best.
Ever-increasing demands are being made on Montana's prime wild trout waters. These demands, some of which may damage the fishery resource, have made continued fisheries work even more essential. The demand for more water for municipal, industrial, and agriculture use has and will make management for a quality wild trout fishery difficult. Montana is unique. It still has many quality wild trout waters, and most fisheries people feel it is essential to protect these now in their present state, rather than being put in the position of trying to rebuild destroyed streams, as experienced by other states. In order to preserve this valuable resource, the continued monitoring of trout populations and their stream habitat is vital.
There are people dedicated to preserving the waters, to maintaining a harmony of man, of wild things, and of wild places. Yet their effort is only half the challenge. You and I are the other half. Support of these people and their efforts will ensure we all can continue to celebrate the life of our water. All for the rivers, and the rivers will be for all.
fall asleep anywhere.